So he said that I can tell you, the whole of Ghanaians, that I am not going to make sure anybody influences the oral programs because I get daily briefing from the Attorney General. And if anybody has that idea, then they should forget it because nobody can influence any oral case that is on. For me, that should give people the assurance and give them the confidence that the president of the land will not allow anything at all to derail the efforts we are making in the oral sort of piece of work. So when you hear somebody say he should have tackled it, he dealt with it effectively. And it's true. I think in the past, in the past 8 years, we've seen encounters where the president will say, "Hey, you, Minister of Lands, come and answer this," and all of that.
Yeah.
That, for me, in fact, rather shows that you are sharing responsibility because they should be giving you daily briefings. And so, if you do that, then it means you are not on top of, your brief. But President Mahama showed that he was on top of his brief. He could have reverted. He didn't. He just said, answered it, and in my opinion, in the best way possible to assure Ghanaians that nobody is going to influence oral. There have been rumors around these plea bargaining issues that people are saying, but you see, I think it's because of lack of understanding. If Ghanaians would really bear with me so that I explain.
Counsel, you can explain what it is because
oral, as the initial say, is Operation Recover or Loot.
Or loot, yes.
Now, Operation Recover or Loot has two planks. The first plank is making sure that we go out there and if people have actually misappropriated money, etc., we take that money back from them. And then it has a second plank. And that second plank is actually jailing those that, for whatever reason, we need to jail. Now, if you have two scenarios where somebody has taken, for example, 20 million Ghana cedis from government coffers, and then you go after them, and they have assets. They actually hidden some of these assets somewhere, and then you carry out thorough investigation to recover that 20 million, or even let's say 80% of that money back into government coffers. Tell me how many of those of that money can go into development. He mentioned lack of. I think he didn't hear a lot of development promises or agenda from. But imagine we recorded 80% of that 20 million. Wouldn't that help our country? Yeah. And then bottom line is that the rest of the 20, if we can't get it, then we jail this person. So Operation Recover or Loot is not just about jailing people. It's about also recovering their money and jailing people at the same time. But very importantly, there's a second, third arm, which people are not talking about, which is Operation Halt or Loot, which means for current appointees, we are going to make sure we prevent people from actually engaging in any looting or otherwise. And that is what President Mahama is focused on. And I'm sure for 8 months now, every Ghanaian can attest to the fact that there hasn't been any corruption scandal, major ones that we've had in the first 8 years, which means the good work that President Mahama is actually putting out is really working, at least to the 12th of September 2025. You understand me? So people should understand that and not rush to conclusions that because people have not been put in custody, then it creates a problem. I'm sure you've heard reports in recent times that the NSS lady, Gift Owari, has decided to refund some 458 million or so back to the government. Tell me how this can be better than just going to put Gift Owari in prison for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and then we don't get anything from that.